Hey guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel. So I'm going to do a quick update about my journey planner. So first off, I have started decorating and stuff like that, as you can see. Second of all is that I'm pretty convinced that this paper is a part of the bad batch of Sanzen paper. Am I pronouncing that right? Anyways, that has been surfacing in some of the 2025 planners. I want to point out that I'm not blaming the journey planner in particular. I know that this is an issue across all different types of journals and planners for 2025. But it is very disappointing given the money that I have sunk into this planner for me to now have to figure out creative ways to work around the issue. So I did a bunch of pen tests in the back. After I set it up, by the way, after I made it all pretty and stuff, I was like, that's when I was like, okay, let's do a pen test. And I don't know if you can notice or not, but I feel like pretty much every pen is like super dark with the ghosting. My mild liners, they're not as bad as what they were when I first had them on the page, but they're still bleeding through more than I feel like they have in the past. And I feel like the issue, at least with this one, is that there's not enough coating on here, and so the pens absorbing the paper super fast. Like I tested out a G2, and this is me swiping my finger over it in like 2 or 3 seconds, and usually that a G2 is like very juicy and it's very easy to smudge, and it just dries really really fast on this paper. With my mild liners, which is like this particular area, I usually am able to do a line and then be able to pick up like the point that's the wettest and drag it along and can make a single line, and I can't do that with this paper, which sucks. My Tombow Fidenesque, I think that's how you pronounce it, something like that, had a tiny bit of bleed through, which was very surprising because I've never had that issue in any of my journals or anything like that, besides like maybe my moleskin. And also it comes through super dark, which I'll show on the second page, but like it's very very dark and distracting. And yeah, so this was just some of the pen tests. Pretty much every single pen I feel like had an issue. The best one I feel like was my Pilot Finishing Point dupe, ironically, because I actually feel like I have issues with that usually. With in terms of like how my writing looks, I almost am wondering if this is actually, I'm not really great with like terminology and stuff like that, but I'm wondering if this has a little bit of not like feathering, but like the stroke just seems broader on this paper than it does in any of my other paper. But I actually don't mind it because my writing looks better in it. But yeah, this is excessive ghosting. I can deal with a little bit of bleed through, but I don't know if I can deal with this ghosting given how much I use like the Tombow and the Tombow Fidenesque and just Tombows in general type of thing. I could do all of my writing in this pen and it doesn't really ghost as much. So that's one thing that I know that I can use, but it is still very disappointing, as I said. And I have no idea what I am going to do to be able to combat this issue and still be creative in this journal for 2025. It may end up being just like a writing journal rather than a memory keeper, which is a bummer because I planned on having this as my memory keeper, but I'm still going to try and use it. I don't know if I've said that or not. I have set it up. There's a photo there. I just turned it around. I have set up and I think it's really cute, and I'm like really happy with how it turned out and stuff like that. Like I was really obsessing over it last night. Like I couldn't even like get to sleep because first off I was stressing about the paper, and then I actually decorated the inside and stuff like that, and then I was like obsessed with it actually wanting to be in the planner. I think there's also a part of me that just wants to start so then I can like test if it's going to be something that I can use in the long term. there's another lady on YouTube who was talking about a similar issue. I don't know her. I don't know how to pronounce her name, so I'm not going to do it. But I might put her name in the description. But she did like a whole test situation with all different types of planners, and her main planner, I think it's her main planner, anyways, also has really really bad ghosting and bleed through. And she basically said also that she was going to try and make it work, and then if she's given it a real try, then she will just like move on, type of thing. And that's basically what I'm going to do, because maybe I can get used to the ghosting. I still feel like for the price that I paid, I shouldn't have to. But again, I don't think this is Nisha's fault. I think this is a Sanzen paper fault. And I really hope that next year they get their shit together, basically. And for the sake of businesses who use their paper, and also customers who use their paper, especially because the shipping prices to get this delivered from overseas is really high. Like, and Hobonichi is also like really expensive to get to like the US and so on and forth. It's expensive to get stuff from the US to Australia. It's expensive. And not everyone can just afford something this expensive. And yeah, so I just don't think it's right in terms of Samson. It's really hard. I keep like saying Samsung, but anyways, paper manufacturers as a whole. I've heard that also Hobonichi has done a very poor job at talking about this, and basically saying they never claimed that they were founder friendly and stuff like that, which is absolutely ridiculous, because I feel like Hobonichi would know their fan base at this point. And I don't think it's an excuse for the paper to be crappy when they've been very consistent over the years, until the switch anyways. So yeah, that's my thoughts. That's my planner. Let me know if you have an effective planner, because my weeks is perfectly fine. I don't actually feel like I have, I mean, there's a tiny little bit of bleed through, but it's nothing like this, with the shadowing and stuff. So let me know if you have the same problem. What are you gonna do? Do you think that shop owners should be accepting returns on the paper, on the planner, if the paper is like this? And yeah, let me know your thoughts. Okay, have a good day. Bye.